I'm going to get emotional. I'm just gonna I'm sure of it, but I'll try my best to contain it a little bit before just the video's just started, girl. Ready like a boxer. You may have been here for a while and you're like, I really still don't even know this chick's name. My name is Lindsay Natale, and El Natale Astrology is the name of my channel. And this is the things I've learned, 11 lessons that I've learned being an astrologer on YouTube. And they can be applied to anything in your life. And I'm hoping these lessons will help you in the next steps that you want to take towards your individuation path. So first, number one is understanding what you're getting into. It took me about a year before I got the guts up to really do it. I was learning, I was taking in all this content on what's the best practices for doing YouTube, and that wasn't necessarily anything to do with astrology. So I was watching some astrologers. My teacher at the time, I watched all his videos, obviously, and a bunch of other astrologers that I was trying to understand what was the landscape, and to be frank, to be honest, a lot of it was boring. So for me, I thought, where is something missing, and how can I fill that void? The second thing is knowing what your perspective is from the get-go. So I said I watched some other astrologers, I knew what their gist was, and my desire was to do something different. I wanted to create a space that was for exploration, for learning, for an environment together, like a togetherness is what I really was searching for. I wanted to find my people. YouTube is a way to do that. It opens you to the literal world, like people from all over the world. That you'd never have access to if you didn't open yourself up like this. So for me, it was about it was a lot of learning through watching myself. Like when you do your own editing too, you see yourself a lot, and watching that, you need to surrender. Surrender the judgment that you have of yourself. And that'll happen over time. It really does. Number 3 is practical. Set some unbreakable goal. This was a huge one for me. I said to myself, I have to go through the process of making 100 videos before I can judge myself as a failure or not, or quit. I was not allowing myself to quit. And trust me, it was not an easy process at all. Those 100 videos were the only thing that kept me going a lot of the time, because it's a real mind experience. I don't want to say that, not a nice word there. It's a mind experience. And I knew the first 20 to 40 videos, or maybe even 50 videos, or maybe even 100 videos, were going to be the learning process. It's your school. It's YouTube school. And most of the time it's great because nobody's really watching you anyway. So, the first several videos are going to be your worst, and the concept of just getting 1% better, you can apply this to anything in your life. Starting out on something that you're a beginner mind, you don't know hardly anything, and it's exciting. It's an exciting moment, stepping into newness and knowing that you kind of suck and your video is probably going to suck, and that's okay. Remember my first video, I was just having the worst day that day, and I wanted to not even start. And something inside of me just said, no, you're going to do this. You're going to do this now. And in the process of making that first video, it's silly, it's ridiculous. It's about how to say Uranus, and I don't even really get it right in that video. But just the process of saying, I'm doing this, I don't care, changed my whole life in that moment. Really did. What did I get to? Number 3 before I lost it? Okay, well, whatever. It's the way it is. Number 4 is about gratitude and trying not to compare yourself to others. So at the beginning, when you're starting out on any process, you just want, it all to just be great right away. I remember when I had 10 subscribers or something like that. And oh my gosh, it was the most amazing thing. And just trying to I remember saying to myself, never forget how that feels. My advice is to always be grateful and understand that you're in exactly the right place at the right time with the right people, and to have gratitude for that. Number 5 is about confidence and authenticity. Be yourself. Nobody else can be you. That's it. That's the end. Okay, number 6. No, just kidding. The confidence is going to blossom over time. It's really unnatural for most people to talk to a camera, to present something, to be fluid in your mind and your thoughts, and knowing what to say and being interesting or compelling or whatever, even worth watching. That sometimes can be really hard. I came into this experience of starting my channel right at the beginning of my Uranus opposition. That's the Genius transit, and it was my entry point, because I was at a point in my life where I just couldn't fake it anymore. I couldn't. It was killing me. Not doing what I really wanted, like not expressing something that was on that pulsating in my blood. It's like, you need to do this, you need to do this. But what if I upset this person or that person? Or what if it makes this kink in my life, or whatever? What if it makes this problem in my life? I was making the problem. I was stopping myself. And when I was open to I understood the Uranus opposition. Luckily, I knew about it because I discovered it. Because I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why am I feeling this need to like rebel and act out and do these things that are in me, but uncharacteristic? Sharing vulnerability, authentically opening myself to whatever this thing is. And not being afraid of the consequences. It's opened so much, and just taking that leap. Over time, I became more confident. I became more authentic. I was able to speak more fluently. I was doing things and sharing things I never imagined doing, learning things I never imagined, creating things, writing things, dancing, playing the ukulele, whatever, ridiculous things. Because that's not ridiculous, right? I mean, there it is again. It's not ridiculous. It's me. And wow. Am I going to cry this whole time? I hope not. It's authentic, though. It's real. And it's a path that I'm on, and it's a path I want for everybody to be on, towards individuation and accepting those things about yourself, accepting them, loving them. Okay, I'll take a moment. It's so strong. Such a strong emotion. It's like falling in love. It is. Over and over again. When you accept yourself. All right. Calm down. I knew this was gonna happen. It's okay. It's all good. Okay. I'm gonna switch gears for a second and tell you this quote from a book. These are my little journals. They're so cute. These ones are from Lord of the Rings. This one is a Bag End. This one is It's March to Isengard. And then this one was my big sucker. This is when I was really ready to go, man. Their last journey to the foot of Mount Doom. That's when I really went for it. Anyway, I used to write a lot of quotes and stuff like that in these little books and my journals and all of the things that were going on in my journey. And one of the quotes from this book called Ikigai, which is the practice of Japanese joy and purpose, went like this. To be happy, you need to accept yourself. Accepting yourself is one of the most important and difficult tasks we face in our lives. It's one of the most easy and rewarding things you can do for yourself. A low budget, maintenance-free formula for being happy. Paradoxically, accepting oneself as one is involves releasing yourself. Accept yourself and be happy. That's number 5. Okay. Number 6 is no expectations. Have no expectations. This is something you can just apply to anything in your life. The less expectation you have out of a result, the better things are. The happier you will be, I promise. Not having a cherished outcome is a goal that I have all the time. When I don't have a cherished outcome, when I don't think, oh, this is how things should be, I'm just delighted. I'm pleased. I'm happy. And I'm joyful in that moment of whatever comes. Everything should be taken with a grain of salt. Sometimes there's feedback that's not constructive, and sometimes there's feedback that is constructive. And then, that sometimes it's hard to face those things too, right? Because it's really in your face. Like, it's nice, all the nice comments, but sometimes there's comments where somebody tells you something and, you have to contemplate it. You're putting a mirror up to the world, and they're going to tell you sometimes if you need to know something. And if it's constructive and great, you learn something, you can change, you can improve, and have an awareness that you didn't have before. If it's not constructive, number 7 is setting up boundaries. Make yourself strong through boundaries. You don't have to take something if it's rude or unkind or whatever. If it's a dissenting voice, I don't mind that at all. Like, if somebody disagrees with me, that's cool. I love that, because then it's a dialogue. But if somebody's crapping on your lawn, you don't need to leave the crap on your lawn, right? They want to say mean things about astrology or whatever. It's like, bro, why are you on an astrology channel then? It's like, come on, you can go. You're not required to be here. Number 8 is be kind to everyone that comes your way. Be kind, as kind as you can. And know that sometimes people are mean or rude or whatever because you don't really know what they're going through. In general, just being kind to anybody that comes your way is best practice. Number 9, if you're boring yourself in your edit, you're boring yourself, you're going to bore everyone else. That's true. So if you're going through your edit, or if you're looking back on your video before you upload it, and it's boring, it's like, cut it out. Cut it out. Sorry, I didn't mean to go full house on you there, but I did. Anyway, number 10, this is just one of my pet peeves. Remember that you're only talking to one person on the other side of the screen. They deserve your attention, your respect. And what I mean by that is, I don't like it when YouTubers say, hey guys, hey friends. It's like, I am not your guys. I am not your friends. Like, this is me as a YouTube watcher. I'm like, I am one person watching you. So I really try to obviously do that in my own videos, because I feel like I'm talking to you. I want to be talking to you, one person. And knowing that there's just one other person on the other side of the screen, there's a relationship that we're building. I want to build a relationship with you. I want to help you if I can. And I know it's reciprocal. I get so much out of this. It's ridiculous. You have no idea. And being able to just help one person, it makes the world exponentially better. Number 11, every year around the same time, I suggest that you reassess, no matter what you're doing, whether it's YouTube or anything that you put your effort into. Every year, make a date with yourself and look at it and say, hey, how am I doing? How am I feeling about this? Am I doing my best? Have I done well? What do I want to do in the future? Like, putting yourself in a reset mode, it is so powerful, because you can decide. You can decide if you want to recommit or if you want to stop. It keeps you alive. It keeps you awake. Life has a tendency to just go from point A to point Z, and you're like, all of a sudden you're like, wait, what happened? What happened to my life? What happened to that year? Where did it go? If we don't put our effort into the present moment and looking at what we want in the present moment, at least once in a while, life's going to be like that. And it can be better. And so that's what I do every year around this time. This is the 3rd year. This is my 3rd year anniversary of being on YouTube. And it's been 3 incredible years. So if you've 3 amazing years. It's the end of the video. Gosh, I can cry a little. It's just joyful. It's gratitude. Oh, man. It's pure gratitude. It feels so good. Thank you for letting me be in your life. For letting me, oh gosh. Thank you for allowing me into your life, sharing these ideas, and letting me like you just the way you are. Thank you. Okay, that's all. Talk to you soon.